point is this, that the RSS is a much misunderstood organization. I do not come from an RSS background, but the more and more I have studied the RSS and interacted with RSS leaders, I believe that outsiders need to take the trouble of understanding the RSS, just as I would submit. I come from a Marxist background. Now, I do not disown my Marxist background. I believe that there are many good things in Marxism. There are many good things in the Indian communist movement. I still have the same respect for many of the stalwarts of the Indian communist movement. They were great, they truly worked for the poor. They were men of highest integrity.
One moment. Why then?
That's not the point.
No, I mean, we can discuss this and what Guru Golwalkar said about the biggest enemies of the nation are Christians, Muslims and communists.
No, he didn't say anything of the kind.
It is bunch of thoughts quoted.
Pranjoy, please, I can sit with you with the Samagra Sahitya, the collected works of Guru Golwalkar, and I will show how all this is a lie. In fact, if I tell you what Guruji Golwalkar has written about Muslims, your own eyes will be opened. But that's a separate subject.
All right.
I very much would welcome an opportunity to discuss the RSS and Guru Golwalkar.
We'll do it.
And especially Guru Golwalkar on Muslims.
One moment. Tell me, the letter you wrote on July 2005, where you said that the relationship between the BJP and the RSS will have to be recast. And you said the RSS should not micromanage the affairs of the party. Do you still stick by that statement?
No, I do not want to comment on this part of the debate. Maybe, other times will
All right, we'll get another opportunity. I want to ask you a personal question, Yes, after you left the Indian Institute of Technology in Powai in 1984, you became a Marxist. You worked with the Students' Federation of India, with the Center of Indian Trade Unions. What really happened? I was told that while you had replaced Khwaja Ahmed Abbas in Blitz, you were writing the column after Abbasji died, the last page as it used to be called in Mr. Rusi Karanjia's paper Blitz. I was told sometime in the early 90s, Mr. LK Advani came to Bombay, and at a press conference he has said that he had no problems with what he said intellectual disagreement. And he is reported, I'm quoting an article where he's been quoted saying, I have for instance read Sudheendraji's article today. It is not favorable to us, but I liked what he wrote. It was provocative. Was that a second beginning to your life when you changed from being a supporter of Marx and the communists to becoming a supporter of the Bharatiya Janata Party and the RSS?
Yeah, let me tell you, my disillusionment with Marxism and with Indian communism started when I started knowing more and more about communism as was being practiced in history. I had an opportunity to visit the Soviet Union soon after Gorbachev.
You were one of the people who were selected to, when you were in the CPM, to go to Moscow.
Yeah. So when I saw the Soviet Union, with my own eyes, and I became an avid admirer of Gorbachev, of glasnost and perestroika.
After which the Soviet Empire crumbled and disintegrated.
Simultaneously.
Early 90s.
Simultaneously, even more than that, it is my study of the great thinkers, philosophers, social reformers and patriots of this country, Mahatma Gandhi, Aurobindo, Swami Vivekananda. It opened my mind. It expanded my mind. I think that there is Swami Vivekananda is a far greater revolutionary than any communist philosopher.
One moment, in your room, you have a picture of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi and you have a picture of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Bhairav Singh Shekhawat and LK Advani in 1952. Wait, but, where are you? What is your ideology? You are supposed to represent the so-called quote-unquote liberal faction or the liberal wing within the Bharatiya Janata Party, who are trying to cover up for the right-wing majoritarian views of the Sangh Parivar, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad,
Pranjoy,
the Bajrang Dal.
There is a real need, Pranjoy, and I want to really say it with the full force of my conviction that the intellectual discourse in this country needs to be freed of preconceived notions and prejudices. Take Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay, the ideological guru of the Bharatiya Janasangh, who is still revered by the Bharatiya Janata Party. His treatise, Integral Humanism, I consider to be one of the most profound political writings in post-independence history. Anyone who reads it, there is not a single thought that can be considered narrow-minded, obscurantist. You know, it is mind expanding, and there is in fact some, while there is criticism of communism, there is also some praise of good things in communism. So this is Indian mind. India accepts noble ideas from all sides. Ano bhadraha rutuvo yantu vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to us from all sides. You know, we should not in the field of ideas and thoughts, we should accept all that is good, but first of all we should be rooted in our own soil, in our own culture. Our country has a history of 5,000 years.
One moment.
We have produced some of the greatest philosophers. We should be proud of our heritage. What is wrong with Indian communists is that they neglected our own roots. Not only that, they developed a very prejudicial attitude towards Hinduism.
I'll tell you what.
This is why they become an island. Are they growing?
Sudheendra, I could have gone on. I could try and refute each and every point you made. And we could have continued talking for one more hour. My only problem is I've run out of time. I have to conclude because my producer says I have to conclude.
Sure.
So thank you so much and once again for coming to the studio of Lok Sabha Television. On the 16th of May, we'll know how well or how badly your party has performed.
Sure.
Thank you once again.
Thank you.
You've just heard and watched Sudheendra Kulkarni, close aide to the Bharatiya Janata Party's Prime Ministerial candidate, Lal Krishan Advani, former Marxist, journalist, now a very close aide to the BJP's Prime Ministerial candidate. Thank you so much for being with us on this program.